everyone, and welcome to Live in the Solution. These are your readings for February the 26th through March the 4th. And first of all, I want to give a little astrological report on what's going on, because there's a lot going on this week. And I will put in the show more section below the timeline that you can skip the astrological report if you are checking out your sun, moon and rising, because these are for your sun, moon and rising also. Thank you guys for all the wonderful comments, for liking my videos, for sharing them, and for subscribing. And please, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I have also created a Patreon page, and if you would like to show a little love, you know, please patronize me on Patreon. People say, don't patronize me. Please patronize me. The link to Patreon is in the show more section below. I welcome constructive criticism. I just kind of did it today. It was, or yesterday, I should say. So I've kind of, you know, trying to get my head around all this technical stuff, and you know, it is what it is anyway. So I would really appreciate it if you check out my Patreon page. So without further ado, let's go to the astrological happenings and transits this week. Now we have on the 1st, we have a full moon in Virgo. Now Virgo is the opposite sign of Pisces, and Pisces is dreamy, watery, go with the flow, spiritual, yeah, whatever, you know. And Virgo is practical. It's an earth sign. It's, you know, a perfectionist, analytical, you know, has to get things right. Now, this is happening, I normally don't mention the degrees, but this is happening at 11 degrees and 22 minutes. 2 power numbers. So that's kind of exciting. So it means it's a very powerful full moon. We're going to feel kind of emotional and possibly self-critical or criticizing others. We need to be aware of this. We need to be aware of our internal dialogue. We need to be aware of how we need to be kind. So we've got to put kindness and compassion in front this week. And it's really important to keep our focus on what we have accomplished as opposed to what we haven't, and how we've done our best. And if we are going to criticize, we need to do it in constructive criticism. Like I take constructive criticism, I welcome it. I can have growth through constructive criticism. I don't take that personal, but when it's unkind, and of course, that hurts my feelings if it's unkind. So I'm very fortunate that I get lovely comments. Occasionally, I'll get one or two that are unkind, and I just send them off with love. Because what you put out, you know, you get back sometimes. So I have to be mindful to be constructively critical about myself, because we can also, when we're constructively critical with ourselves, it's kind of personal growth, isn't it? It's looking at where we need to improve. That's constructive criticism, but it's not, you know, like you're no good and you can't do this and why do you bother, and you know, you're useless, and you know, those kind of thoughts are not helpful. So we have to really be aware of our internal dialogue and how we're treating others. We all want to be treated with kindness and compassion, don't we? So that's what we need to do. We need to do with others. Now, at the time of this full moon, around the time of this full moon, we also have Mercury in a positive aspect to Jupiter, which means, you know, Mercury is about the intellect, Jupiter is about expansion. So it means, you know, brilliant ideas, innovative, creative ideas. And I always feel that we get that when we go inside and we meditate. So that's a brilliant, wonderful opportunity to meditate and get these wonderful, incredible, creative ideas and how to move forward with our lives. Now, we have, of course, we have the sun in Pisces. and right next to Neptune. And the sun is about identity. Neptune is about spirituality, angels, guides. It's a wonderful time to connect with your spirit guides and angels and really connect spiritually, and really identify what your belief system is. This is a wonderful time to explore that. Incredible creative meditative meditations are possible at this time. Now, Mercury and Venus are conjunct with Jupiter in Scorpio, right? Mercury and Venus in Pisces are conjunct with Jupiter in Scorpio. So we've got Jupiter in play a lot. This is expansion. So it's very, very important to keep our thoughts and positive and optimistic, and because we can go down the spiral in the other way, right? Whatever we focus on expands at this time. So it's really, really important to really look at how we're thinking and what we're projecting out into the world. It's a wonderful time. That aspect creates this wonderful kind of spiritual conversations. It's about being receptive. It's feminine energy. It's receptivity and it's healing, deeply healing. So when we can have these philosophical, incredible spiritual conversations, and it's a very healing energy that's coming in. It's about having trust and faith in divine timing. It's about being patient, because we could have this tendency to be a little irritated next week. If we are aware of that, we can sit back, take a breath, and just, you don't know what someone else is going through. You don't know what feelings they're processing and so it's about being patient, it's about being kind, and it's about stepping back and being in Pisces energy. Okay, let's go with the flow. You don't have to beat the horn. You don't have to, shout at someone. You don't have to, put yourself in that anger. Now, Venus and Mercury connect with Chiron, right? And Chiron's the healing wound, the wounded healer, the healing wounded, the wounded healer. This is a perfect time for healing and personal growth, and it's a positive healing energy. So this week, I think, is a wonderful week when we're aware of the shadow side of things, so that we can keep it on the positive. We can, connect with other people and, have these wonderful conversations. We can meditate. We can work on it, healing our soul, healing our psyche, expansion, growth. Personal growth. This is a perfect week for personal growth. March has the energy of the number 5. Freedom, expansion, change, doing things differently, not wanting to be tied down, keep moving forward, keep it on the move, restlessness, right? So it's interesting that we have all these planetary aspects, this astrological change that's going on. So it really kind of goes with March, right? Okay, let's go to your cards, shall we? Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your reading for February the 26th through March the 4th. And it is February the 26th today. It's early in the morning. I just got back from taking my dog for a walk, and I want to get this out as soon as possible. You're the penultimate reading. I have one more after you. And then that's it. So your first card that came up is the 2 of Wands. I have a feeling that you've got a decision to make. in some area of your life, there's a decision. I know that things are looking up for you. They were last week, and definitely there's a change coming. I see. Sometimes this is about having a partnership with someone, business partnership. Someone kind of comes into your life and you can kind of do something. You both bring something to the table and you create something wonderful. So it can be that for some of you. Don't forget this is a general reading. Now, clarifying that, 2 cards came up. And one was the Prince of Autumn, which really is like the knight, the green knight I call him, is the knight of Pentacles, the knight of coins, you know. Autumn is the season associated with that card, with coins and pentacles, the earth. So this is about moving forward, but being kind of cautious and surveying the land before you go. It's strategically moving forward. It's definitely moving forward, but strategically. Now, next to that card, you've got the moon. And the moon is about your intuition and psychic abilities are being enhanced. So you're being told. So this very well could be a decision that you have to make, and whether to move on this decision. Now, it could be to move on going into a partnership with someone, but it could be a decision. I think it's definitely to do with finance, and it's perhaps an opportunity has come up for you, and you need to trust your gut feeling and your intuition. The moon will shed the light on it in terms of you're going to feel it. You're going to feel what's right. Definitely move forward, but move forward cautiously. That's what I would say. Go with your gut. Trust your instincts and your gut feeling, because that's, in the end, that's what's going to be, that's what's going to make the decision for you. Now, the next card is the Star. I love the Star. The Star's very healing, and we're in this really incredible healing energy this week. So the Star, look, she's pouring water, and it's kind of infinity, you know, it's give and take, it's balance, right? She spread starlight where there was once darkness. So this is the card of hope. And things are looking up and getting better. You got that last week, so it doesn't surprise me. And you've got the 10 of Autumn, you know, this is like the 10 of Coins. It's all your needs are being met. Things are finally turning around for you, Capricorn, and you are feeling that shift right now. You're really feeling it. And you're being asked to be very wise with your finances. Now, it would be prudent for us all to take note of this, because Venus is in a very positive aspect to Jupiter, and Jupiter's about expansion, and you know, Venus is about finances. You know, we can overspend during this time, so you know, it's very important to kind of invest your money. You know, put it away for the family. Do something wise with it. Don't go shopping, because we can have that tendency to overshop during this time. Now, the next card you've got is the Page of Swords. This Page of Swords has come up in quite a few readings, let me tell you. This is information that's going to come to you, and sometimes this information is kind of harsh. It's kind of said in a not abrupt, abrasive kind of information. It's kind of information that you like, you know, the way it's delivered, you don't like. And you can negate the information just because of how it's delivered. So when this card comes up, it's saying, don't shoot the messenger, darling. Don't. There's important information coming in for you, and you need, no matter how it's delivered, you've got to look at it. So even if it's like, just go, Don't react to this kind of information, and don't get defensive. Try not to be hurt, but it's kind of hard because it kind of hurts your ego, this kind of delivery, right? Just take a step back and really look at it, because there's some truth in this. This is the truth. There's truth in this, and there's something that you need to hear. Be it, painful or not, or just, it's not bad news. It's just the way it's delivered that doesn't feel nice. And also, I would say, because we've got to be very careful of being critical of people and ourselves, particularly this week. It's very important to be positive and hold back on the judgment. Now, the Six of Winter is clarifying that. This is great. Things are looking up. Things are getting better. You're moving on to something. Positive changes are here. I feel that you've been in, I know from your readings you've had a difficult time last year. And I feel that the last few weeks things have really started to shift for you. And I know you must be feeling some kind of relief, and you've got some hope now. You have some hope, and there's a path being illuminated for you. So Capricorn, it looks really positive and really wonderful. Just the only thing I would say is don't shoot the messenger. That's it. And trust your gut feeling, your intuition, go with it. The more you trust your intuition and psychic abilities, they are being enhanced right now. You've got the moon. The more trustworthy they become and reliable. So go with it. Go with your gut feeling, Capricorn. Listen, thank you so much for tuning in. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. To inquire about or purchase any of Mary's services, please email Mary at liveinthesolution.com.